Can you give us your team news first of all, Jens?
Well, basically that they're looking good. Sots is back in training, and the holidays progressing. Apart from that, everyone else is involved besides the long-term injured players.
Has O'Donnell got a chance of making it for Saturday? Or
if he keeps training well, then I think he's got a chance like everyone else. Yeah. But physically, yes, he does. Yeah.
What are you thinking ahead of this game? Because I think everyone on Tuesday thought that Hibs was a real test, which obviously you came through with flying colours. Are you viewing the Hearts game in a similar vein?
I think we need to try and make the most out of every game, no matter if they come with 2 weeks in between or 3 days. So it's a matter for us to make a good plan and find the team that we think is going to make it hardest for Hearts from the beginning, and then also have the right people out there on the bench ready to come on and change it or lead it all the way home when we have to.
Do you think you're meeting Hearts at a good time? Obviously they're off the back of a defeat, but before that there was a draw. Some people are saying they're maybe getting a little bit shaky, but what's your view?
I don't look. We all follow football and have been involved in football for many years, and you see even the best teams in the world, they struggle winning every game. So I'm not surprised that Hearts eventually lost a football game. It will happen to anyone, and I don't think it will ruin their confidence or their feel of flow or the way they approach the game. I really don't. I think they are extremely excited to come here and show that they can deal with our play better than they did from the beginning last time, and really make it a challenging game for us to play. And their away section is sold out, which is not often that happens, which means that we have a real opportunity here on Saturday to create a scene that could be historic from numbers in terms of against teams outside the old firm, which is a great opportunity for us as a club and for the supporters, and it will set the scene for an extremely intensive game against two sides who have a lot of confidence and who have had a very good season so far.
Can I take you back to Tuesday? A lot of Motherwell fans I've spoken to say that that was the best that they have seen their team, for some of them, ever play. Are you surprised of how quickly the transition has come under yourself?
In some ways, yes. In other ways, no. Because I've seen the progress from day one. I've seen the potential. Obviously, we all have that feeling that it felt a little bit at some times easy, but that was also due to the fact that we were 2-0 up with a man extra on the pitch. So it made some of the phases of the game a lot easier, some others a little bit more tricky and difficult. And that probably gives that feeling that we were really dominant, and so we have to take that into consideration, and that's been the main message today to the players, that don't expect things to come easy, don't expect it to be us to just be on top and flying now. We need to stay hungry, humbly hungry, not greedy, to stay on the right side of that thin line where you think you get overconfident because things are going well, it's look, we are enjoying that it's going well. Our supporters are, which is great, and we want to keep doing well and also doing even better, so we get even more competitive. And when we play Hearts on Saturday, I hope that we have learned the lesson from last time we met them, that it is a team you can never rule out, no matter how dark and difficult it looks for them, and we need to have that in mind.
You talk about getting the balance right, using that confidence, but not being overly confident with things. How do you manage the squad and kind of make sure that they are playing off their confidence in the right way?
No, it shows in the little things in every day. Let's say they don't pick up their coffee cup when they leave the dressing room, or they stop doing the extra set or the last repetition in the gym. That's where it starts, when you feel you're on top and nothing can hurt you, for some. Because I think it's natural for people to sometimes, when you've worked hard for a long time to achieve something, you think you've achieved something, then you start to become a little bit complacent or lazy, or just a little bit too comfortable. So it's about striking hard on these little things, and that's what we are keeping an eye on.
So do you physically
it's
have
culture.
to...
It's culture, basically.
Yeah. So do you have to keep an eye on that and have to...
We always do. Look, you always have to
to...
keep an eye on that every day, no matter if you've lost 10 games or if you've won 10. It never stops. I think we have a good group of players and staff who are good at reminding each other, and also showing each other how we want to do some things and how we want to be successful and how we want to build and guard the culture. They know what to look out for, but sometimes you forget, and that's where we need to remind each other. And at the end of the day, it's my responsibility, but it is something that I encourage everyone to share. And
the players are obviously embracing that culture, because I would imagine if they're not, then maybe they wouldn't be in the team, but also they wouldn't be performing as the kind of unit that they are on the pitch.
Look, everyone who's in professional football wants to be successful for the club and for themselves. And we have highlighted very thoroughly and clearly what success means to us as a group and as a team, and how it will help them to shine individually. And I think they have all gotten that under their skin and understands and appreciates it. And it's just up to us to make sure that it stays like that.
I think we're about to talk to one of your players, Tawanda, who's obviously had a brilliant season, league top scorer, scored 3 goals in the last couple of games for you. Just talk to me about him and how important and key he is to the squad.
Obviously, with the way we play, where we have a lot of acceleration in our game, where we go from 0 to 100 really fast, he's extremely important because he has that ability to really explode. And then we already saw before my arrival here that he also has some finishing potential, and now it is obviously all coming into place, and we are also good at setting him up and making sure that he gets in the positions and situations he needs to be able to produce. And at the same time, he's been very open to learn and to work hard, and harder than he has worked before, for his team, but also for himself, to make sure he gets in these positions. And sometimes you get there from just being there. Sometimes you have to work a little bit harder with your opponent, because a lot of his direct opponents are doing their very best to stop him. I don't know how many, but it's many. It's more than I can remember of his direct opponents who have been stopped at halftime because they have been very close to a red card. It will keep happening, and they will try and provoke him and get something out of him. And then for him, it's really important to stay cool and accept that the opposition will try and make it even harder for him, which at times will also leave a little bit of extra space for someone else to exploit.
You're about to lose him because of the AFCON. Do you know when he's going to leave for that at all?
Yeah, it's something we are obviously trying to sort out. So we have a plan for that. It's not decided exactly when, but obviously it's not a few months ahead. It's soon, and we'll have to do without him for a couple of weeks. And then we will. Then someone else will get to play instead of him, and it might mean that we will have a little bit of different qualities in that position. It doesn't necessarily mean that we'll be less competitive.
It'll be a big blow to lose him, though, that the form is on, won't it?
No, of course we want to have him here for every game, but we know, and we knew already in the summer, that that's not the case, and I think we have built a squad over the summer and also over the past few months, and prepared the squad to play without him. It's not like he's playing 90 minutes every time. sometimes the other day he played 45, so he's fresh for what's coming. He's played 60, 70, sometimes he's come on, and we've still been able to win games. So we'll make sure to be able to do that without him in the end of December as well.
Just a final one from me, if I can. Just you spoke earlier about the game at Tynecastle, the 3-3 game. Has that been mentioned in the dressing room about obviously what happened on that occasion?
Oh, I think the mental part of it was something we addressed really in detail, how to deal with that, and used that as an example also in the following couple of weeks. And I think we've learned a lot from that and grown how we should deal and how we dealt with the last 30-35 minutes of the game. Obviously it's a different scenery here. They have a massive support, but we will have the same. So we won't be blown out of the stadium by 20,000 supporters like you sometimes have the feeling you do when you play at Tynecastle. But we have learned and we have grown, and hopefully we will have that in mind when I think we've seen that, and I have seen that with this squad, that we've been able to deal with tight games or games where we have had everything to lose better in the last period, and that's going to be a good test against a very, very strong team on Saturday.